Hello, 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 beloved soul. Happy Divine Feminine Friday. It is a powerful, powerful time. I know I'm in the middle of a move, so you're going to see things possibly shifting behind me. You'll see a new background soon. But there's a lot going on in my world and the world of a lot of Divine Feminines that I see. A lot of energy of independence, interdependence, learning how to no longer be codependent. Um, Setting boundaries. What else have I been noticing going on in the collective? Turning this up because someone said they had a problem hearing me the other day. But setting boundaries, moving, regaining independence, moving from an energy of codependence to interdependence if they are in like a partnership or a relationship dynamic. What else? This feeling of sovereignty, standing in your light. Sovereignty. She's sovereign. I made a shirt, guys. You excited? Check out all my designs on theenlighteneddaughter.com. I does this now. Now I design clothes. Who knew? Who knew this was a thing? So anyway, Divine Feminines, let's get into your reading and let's see what energies they have for you on this Divine Feminine Friday. Thank you to my team of light for being here and connecting with the Divine Feminines. Let's see this beautiful Friday. Hey, so we had two cards jump out. Oh, okay. Zhao Chuan Yijing, I think. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm destroying it. The Mystic of Peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. That is huge for sitting in the stillness, right? For being one with yourself and just getting silent, getting centered, getting poised so that from that space you can make a decision, right? From that space, then you take your action steps. You're not just like fluttering through life and like kind of like haplessly like floating along and bouncing from wall to wall, right? You're centered, you're poised. And so when you do make a move, when you do decide to have a conversation, when you do decide to maybe shift your reality, you're doing it from a centered, grounded space, right? You're doing it from a place of love instead of fear. You're not just like responding to life, right? You're like showing up, you're taking control of your life and you're reacting, right? Instead of just responding to whatever's being thrown on around you. Big energy of stability, of grounded, of security, right? All this red energy is the color of the root chakra, right? I'm grounded, I am safe, I'm stable. Um, that's part of our finances, right? Really being centered in an elf in the earth. And using the lower three chakras, right, to really manifest. And so in order to really manifest and to bring things from the earth chakra all the way up to our soul star, we have to be grounded and rooted, and we have to make sure that our lower three chakras are all online, in order, and cleared. And so this is a message again to connect with the earth, to get really grounded, maybe start wearing the color red, right, to get those energies around you. Eating red fruits and foods, beets, cherry, strawberries, things like that, red cabbage. Really, to get grounded and rooted, anything coming from the earth is good at this time. Lettuces, potatoes, right? Anything that's coming from the ground is going to be super potent for you and super helpful to help make sure that your root chakra is cleared, is grounded, is online and activated fully. There's a ton of root chakra meditations as well on YouTube that you can listen to, right? Just putting it out there. And then we have Anandam Anandamaya Ma. Anandamaya Ma. I don't know why I'm struggling with names today. The Joy Permeated Mother. This card always makes me smile because the same energy that she has, which is just like joyful for like what seems to be like no reason, is my energy in life. Like people always like, why are you so happy? And I'm like, why aren't you? Like I could focus on the one possible challenge of the day, or I could focus on the fact that like the rest of the day is amazing, and so I want to focus my energies on that. So it's just like she's a joyful being, and she knows in the center of her being that she's joyful. She knows her eternal self. She knows that she's a soul outside of a body, and so she can find joy in knowing that she's a soul. She can find joy in knowing that life is just bringing her these little tidbits and wonders and delights and sometimes challenges and like detours to just help better her earthly avatar, better her life here on earth, help her to have better lessons, help her to teach better things, help her to receive more, and also doing it always from a space of peace, right? A space of peace. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes, right? This is you, who you are at the core of you, right? That peaceful, centered, loving, light part of you. That's who you are. That's who you are. You are a child of the Most High God, right? You are divine. You are a spark of God's pure essence here on earth. And so you have every reason to be joyful. You have every reason to just walk through this world just smiling, right? From the inside out, just literally just smiling. Because you know at the end of the day, everything really is going to work itself out. It always does. And when you start trusting that and start moving in it, it happens faster and faster and faster, right? That's the energy right now. Look, bottom of the deck, Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Again, the energy of getting outside, getting grounded, connecting with the earth, right? We just had the red with that root chakra. You want to really get grounded. That's a big, big sign, obviously, coming in for the divine feminines right now. Look, more red, right? And the joy permeated mother. Really focus on getting that root chakra in order, divine feminines, right? If you can go outside and be barefoot in the earth and get some earthing done, do that. If you can lean against a tree, do that. If you can't like get outside, weather permitting, right? Like you can connect with nature through the plants in your house or through, looking out the window and really just like connecting with the essence of like a tree or a plant that's near you. You can go online on YouTube. There's a ton of videos like nature sounds and shamanic drums and like I'm telling you, just like focus on your root chakra because as we're all getting activated with these beautiful spiritual gifts that are coming on, you're not going to be able to fully activate or step into your truth and the power of your gifts if you're not in alignment. And it starts with your root chakra, right? The root chakra is our first chakra, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got to start at the bottom and work your way up. And if that's not working well, the rest of the shit's not going to be online, right? And so we want to have a clear channel. We want to make sure that all of our energies are in alignment, right? That we're getting a clear pathway from the heavens all the way down to the earth and back up and around and through us, right? We want to make sure that we're clear. So get that root chakra in order, whatever that means for you to feel safe and stable and grounded, right? Root chakra meditations, meditating in general is really helpful. Getting outside, taking walks in nature, connecting with nature. Again, eating a lot of like grounded foods that come from the earth. It's really going to be vital to you right now, right? If you can walk around barefoot, do so. I'm from the city, so I don't be doing that outside. But if you can, live your best life. Live it. Ari, Ari, Ariandi. Why? Mercury retrograde. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm like, every name is whatever. I know it's not about the name, but still, I'd like to be able to frickin' pronounce it. Mistress of the Labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Look at the red string, first of all, right? So for those of you that are twin flames, it's a double message, the red string of fate. But it's also a message that as you're moving through these trials and tribulations of life, right? Like these challenges are before you for you to show up, for you to be re-empowered, for you to find the strength that lies within you, and so you can get through it, right? It's like what does Florence Scovel say? It's like the lion on your path is the fear, right? And so if you can confront the fear and look it in its face, it loses its power, right? And so for many of you, as you're going throughout your day, you're going to be challenged, right? You're going to see things come up. They're going to be reflections of things that you face to heal, right? So, sorry, I'm struggling to get this out. So, let's say you're working on healing something, whether that's a relationship challenge, a challenge at your job, like maybe like a distorted belief that you've had within yourself, right? You have this challenge that keeps coming up. and you've been consciously doing the work, like taking the steps to try to deal with this, to break down that wall, to clear out that stagnant energy, whatever it is that you're doing to try to shift and move on to the next level. The universe will bring you right before, right, seemingly like impossible challenge with kind of the same energy to see if you're going to do things the same way you've always done, or if the shift that you've made throughout your healing has actually occurred, right? And so it's kind of like the darkness right before the dawn, right? It feels the darkest, it feels the scariest, it feels the most challenging. You're like sitting here like, holy shit, like I got an hour to go. How the fuck is this gonna happen, right? And you're like, and that's when like the anxiety comes up and the fear comes up, and that's the time where it's like, no, let me remember the truth of who I am, right? Let me remember to take a breath. I'm not in danger right now. Like, I don't need to freak out. I just need to stop and breathe and think and know that everything always works out, and I got this, right? Everything always works itself out. It may not feel like that right now, but I know if I just stop and think for a minute, step back and know that everything is going to work itself out, and I can get through this, right? I can get through this. And it's with that resolve from that peaceful place, because you're not responding from a place of fear, right? You're not responding from a place of anxiety. You're calm, you're centered, you're at peace within yourself, and you're seeing it, and you're like, okay, I see the truth. I see the facts of things, right? My emotions aren't attached. I see the facts of things, and I can make a decision from here. And at the end of the day, my goal is still my goal, right? Like, I'm going to get to the finish line. Now, I may have to take a detour and go left and then go right, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to get to my goal, right? And so you see it and you're like, nope, I'm on my way there. I'm not going to let this challenge stop me. I'm not going to let fear hold me back. I'm not going to let it imprison me. I'm going to keep going through. And it's when you make that decision, it's when you step into your strength and your power, you remember your eternal, dynamic, sovereign, luminous self, the world opens up for you, right? What seemed like a wall, all of a sudden there's a door or a window for you to get through, and you're like, holy shit, right? The universe showed up for you because you decided to show up for yourself. Big energy. Show up. Let's see if we got anything else. I love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. Woo! Did you see that? Catherine Labor. Oh, I said one right. The patroness of miraculous healing. I love this card. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. I am ready to heal. A lot of you are taking big steps, big steps. And you're saying that you're ready. And so the universe is telling you, okay, you're ready. You're doing this. We're supporting you. We love it. We're here for you. Now, as life is happening to you, remember the work, right? Remember the things that you've done. Remember the techniques that you've learned. Remember to be it still and to get back to center, right? Remember to make decisions from your heart and not from a place of fear, right? Remember that you are worthy of miracles. Remember that you are a child of light and that you are a child of God, right? And that you deserve it solely because you're a child of the Most High God. You deserve a life of joy and peace and happiness and abundance and worthiness and healing and health and wholeness. Absolutely. Just because you're here. Just because you're a child of God. Literally just because you were born. Everything else is the icing on the cake. There's also the energy, here look, inside her little call it locket, right? It's a picture of Mother Mary, right? So it's another message of the ascended masters being with you, right? Who is Mother Mary? The mother of Jesus, right? She gave birth to the divine. She is a symbol of courage, of what it means to have faith, of taking the inkling that we got from heaven and holding it and nurturing it and mothering it and believing in it and giving birth to that seed, giving birth to that thought, giving birth to that faith, that mustard seed that was planted, and holding on to that and just believing that yes, this will happen, right? Yes, a miracle can occur because I'm so loved by the divine that it's supporting everything that I do, right? So that's the energy right now. Like, just know you're so loved that you're being supported. And so when it gets a little crazy and a little tense and it gets a little fearful, know to just keep going, right? There's a story, it's like in the Bible where you dig your ditches, right? It's like there's no rain, there's a drought. It looks crazy. They go see, like, I think the prophet Elijah, and even though there's been no rain or whatever, Elijah gets the word from God, and he's like, dig your ditches. You're not going to see wind. You're not going to see clouds. You're not going to see nothing. You're not going to see anything. You're going to be in the middle of a desert digging ditches for water, and people are probably going to think you're crazy. Do it anyway. And if you dig the ditches, the rain will come, right? So it's like we ask, but then when you believe, you got to take action steps to believe, right? I know I'm a living testimony of this, right? Where you pray for something and then it's like, all right, well, this is what you really want. And you believe that you can receive because ask, believe, receive, that's the formula. Then take the steps needed to show the universe that you believe that this is going to happen. I'm moving right now, right? Like literally within like the next, I don't know, 10 days or so from when I'm recording this video, and haven't found a place yet, haven't secured it, haven't gotten my plane tickets yet. Like there's a lot of little details that haven't been filled in yet, but the biggest thing was I had the desire and I asked and I started moving because I have faith. And so I believe, right? So I asked and now I'm moving and I'm believing. So what am I doing? I'm packing my boxes. I'm getting cutoff dates for like my electricity and water. I have people coming to pick up furniture that's being donated, right? Like I'm packing my house, right? Because I know that I'm going. I have movers coming to give me a quote because I know that I'm going. I know. Do I have all the answers? Nope. Is that scary? It used to be until I started saying that I didn't need all the answers because every single time I've been in something like this, it works out in such a beautiful and miraculous way that I didn't need to know all the answers. I know what I need to know and I'm doing what I need to do, right? Cleaning up my house, packing my boxes, making sure my children have everything, making sure that we have everything we need, donating the things that we don't need, going through things and just like really getting our home in order, looking at the areas that I want to live in, right? Getting my budget. I'm like doing everything that I can, and God will do the things that I can. And I all the way believe that, and I'm always showing up for it because every single time I have put my faith in something greater than my own understanding, it has worked out. I have been in a situation where I got an apartment, I've gotten a job, and everything was supposed to work out, and like maybe one of my roommates didn't like pay their bills, or someone lost their job, and everything goes to shit, and you're kind of like, next thing you know, you have like a beautiful new life, and then you have an eviction notice. And you're like, what the fuck? How am I getting an eviction notice? Like I just got here. Like, and then I've gotten so frustrated and just be like, I can't. Like I'm not gonna stress about it anymore. I'm just gonna go what I was doing. Like I have an appointment, I'm gonna keep my appointment, I'm gonna make dinner, I'm gonna figure it out. And like had that happen to me once I moved to Miami. Two roommates, one of the roommates didn't do what he was supposed to do, didn't have a job, whatever the hell he was doing at the time. So me and the other roommate are paying our bills, but this he's not paying his. Next thing you know, we get an eviction notice, right? And we're like, what the fuck? Why do we have an eviction notice? So frustrated, right? Meanwhile, I'm looking for a job. The other one I just started working. He's supposed to be looking for a job. Everyone's doing their thing, right? Trying to get it out. And I was so frustrated and so angry that I had just went through all of this to get us the apartment. Like literally, I and my team went through everything to get us the apartment, to get us there, to secure it, to have people go look at it, to lock it down. Like I did all of this from another state, right? I was in another part of the country having people that like just love me, like hooking me up and looking for this place for me, just to get there and to not have things working out, right? To just be so frustrated. I'm so frustrated, and I just prayed on it, and I was just like, you know what, God, I don't know, like I'm gonna figure it out. I have to figure it out because I'm already here and I'm not freaking going back. Like gotta figure it out. Going through the emotions, applying for jobs, doing everything that I can do. Next thing you know, I get a check from an old job because I had left before I took my vacation time, so the money was owed to me. What did that cover? The exact amount that we needed to make sure that we didn't get evicted, right? I surrendered and I was like, I don't know what else to do besides what I can physically do. And the universe is like, cool, now that you're out of the way, we can give you what's here and what's right for you. And it was rightfully mine, right? It came to me by divine right, what was rightfully mine, under grace in the most miraculous of ways. And so that's how I live all of my life right now because I keep seeing that these things happen, that when I surrender and when I step out of the way, that when I actually have the faith and I just keep moving forward, that the universe keeps moving forward with me, right? Like you take one step forward, God will take 10 steps towards you, but you got to take a step. You have to take the step. After you ask, you got to step like you believe it. Are you asking for a new home? Cool. Are you then looking for a new home? Are you going through your stuff and figuring out what you're moving with you and what you're not? Are you looking at new neighborhoods? Are you checking to see where like your dentist or your doctor's gonna be, your supermarket? Like, are you actually desiring and moving forward, or are you just wishing? Because if you're just sitting there like, oh, I want a new home, and then you're not doing anything about it, well, then that's a wish, right? Which is fine. Like, wishes are great. I love to make a wish. Like, wish upon a star all the time. But I want the things that I wish for to manifest. And I can get that done by not just asking, but by leaving, by believing and digging my ditches, right? By believing and taking the steps. Packing my house. Boxes, right? See, half my altar is gone. I'm packing my house. I would show you the rest of the place, but packing. There's boxes everywhere. There's boxes everywhere. So fun. It's so fun. Point is, though, get yourself in order, right? Get grounded, get centered, get your root chakra balanced, and from there, make your moves. From there, know that miracles will come and that you're entitled to them. And that when these little challenges come up and they seem like, oh, it seems like your manifestation is not going to happen. It seems like God didn't hear your prayer. It seems like everything is going against you. Just know that's the last step right before the breakthrough. That's the last step right before the miracle. That's the last step right before it gets popping. Right? It's the darkness right before the dawn. You know how dark it can get, right? You've ever been up that late. You know how dark it can get. Don't give up. Keep pushing through. And if you stay grounded and centered when life is coming at you, you're not going to get thrown so far. You might get spun a little. Come right back to center, right? Right back to where we started. At peace. Grounded and centered, right? I love you, Divine Feminines. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you soonish, I guess. I love you. God loves you and angels surround you. Later.